In a peaceful countryside town surrounded by quiet fields and gentle hills, lived a young boy whose journey would one day inspire many. This is not just his story, it is a reminder that real success grows slowly, just like a seed hidden beneath the soil. Once upon a time, in a small rural town where mornings began with soft breezes and evenings glowed under warm porch lights, lived a boy named Grayson. He was known among the townspeople as a bright, curious, and hopeful kid who dreamed of achieving something big in life. Grayson wanted to be respected, skilled, and successful, but he had one major weakness: he wanted results fast. Whenever he started something new, whether it was a book, a hobby, a sport, or a skill, he began with overflowing excitement. But the moment he didn't see quick improvement, his motivation disappeared. He would give up and jump onto something else. People in town often said, "Grayson dreams big, but he doesn't stick to anything long enough." Frustrated with himself, Grayson one day went to visit an old wise man named Mr. Harrison, who lived in a wooden cabin at the edge of town. People said he could guide even the most confused hearts. Grayson sat before him and said, "Sir, I try so many things, but my life isn't changing. Why do I feel stuck?" Mr. Harrison simply smiled, picked up a small clay pot, placed a few seeds in Grayson's hand, and said, "Plant one seed in this pot every morning. Water it daily. Come back after 1 month." Grayson was confused. How would planting seeds fix his life? But he trusted Mr. Harrison, so he agreed. He had no idea that this simple pot was about to become the most important teacher of his life. Grayson didn't know it yet, but his biggest growth was about to begin long before the plant ever appeared. Grayson followed the instructions. For the first few days, he planted a seed, watered the pot, and waited excitedly. But by the third day, impatience began to creep in. Nothing had changed. "Why is it taking so long?" he muttered. The soil looked plain and lifeless. Many times he thought of quitting. Still, something inside him, Mr. Harrison's calm voice told him to keep going. So every morning, before heading to his chores, he watered the pot again and again, even when it seemed pointless. Days turned into weeks. Sometimes he stared at the pot wondering, "Am I wasting my time?" A few kids teased him, saying, "You're just watering mud, Grayson." But he ignored them and stayed consistent. Then, on the 15th day, something small yet magical happened. As the morning sunlight touched the pot, Grayson spotted a tiny green sprout pushing its way through the soil. His eyes widened in excitement. That tiny sprout became his hope. He began waking up early, giving the plant sunlight, shielding it from strong winds, and protecting it like something precious. And with each day the plant grew, Grayson realized something surprising: he was changing too. His patience was growing. His discipline was strengthening. His mindset was shifting. He was slowly becoming the person he always wanted to be. Not because of the results, but because of the daily effort. But the real lesson was waiting at the end of the month, one that would change the way Grayson lived forever. After 1 full month, the once empty pot held a beautiful little plant, healthy leaves, firm roots, and fresh life glowing in the morning light. Grayson carried the pot proudly to Mr. Harrison's cabin. "Sir, look, it finally grew," he said with a big smile. Mr. Harrison nodded and softly asked, "And what about you, Grayson? Did you grow too?" Grayson paused, and the truth hit him. The plant had taken days of patience, moments of doubt, and daily effort to grow. And just like that plant, he had grown to. He had become more patient, consistent, and disciplined. Earlier, the wise man said, "You want to change overnight, but growth takes time, quiet, steady, daily effort." That is the secret. From that day forward, Grayson stopped looking for shortcuts. He built small daily habits instead. He read 10 pages a day. He exercised for 15 minutes. He practiced writing for 30 minutes. He no longer waited for quick results. He simply showed up every single day. Over time, Grayson became stronger, wiser, and more skilled. People in town began to notice. The same boy who once quit everything had now become the most consistent young man in the community. One day, a younger kid approached him and asked, "Grayson, how do I succeed like you?" He smiled and said, "Take small steps every day. Be patient. Be consistent. Even the tallest tree in this town started as a tiny seed. Someone refused to stop watering. Because real transformation doesn't happen in one day, it happens in the days you refuse to give up.